Welcome to Industry Gossip. My name is Manish Kata, and today I'm joined, like always, with Christopher Norton. It's been an exciting couple weeks in fintech and the financial advisory space. So the Real Housewives of Potomac are back to drop some news on you. What do you got, Christopher?
Okay, so Riskalyze decided to go after hidden levers. Underrated or overrated?
I don't know. I switched my answer on this a couple times, so let's just go with properly rated. It's probably a tad overrated. Listen, I'm going to take a couple seconds on this one because number one, I can appreciate someone believing in their company and believing in what they do and having that passion. But at the same time, I mean, they came after them with a video, and the URL was unhidden levers. They mentioned them by names. I think the tide has turned because they backed down from their initial critique in terms of mentioning by name, and they removed the video. They came out as gangsters, but I think they kind of got smacked down at the end. So, full disclosure, we've used Riskalyze, we use hidden levers now. There is no perfect system, and I don't think there ever will be. But I don't know. I have to throw this back to you on this one. What the hell what's going on?
I was so excited when it came out because I was like, finally a company in this industry had the cojones to do really great ad work. Like this is Mac PC. Like they just went for it. And then the very next day they pulled it back and instead had the attitude of my 7-year-old who comes ambitiously swinging his lightsaber in the living room and inevitably breaks something and goes, I'm sorry. And I was really disappointed. I think they came out strong and now they just look like they folded. And I thought we were moving from a place where this industry was, let's all hold hands and buy each other's t-shirts when we launch our personal brands, into like a grown-up industry. And instead we just kind of we'll just go back to being quiet now.
Look, I mean, I think I was always taught, if you're going to fight someone who's bigger than you better knock them out with the first punch. I think that wraps that up.
Yep. All right, moving on. Axos Financial scooped up E-Trade's RA custody business from Morgan Stanley. Overrated or underrated?
This is very, very underrated. Listen, the custody space in terms of service is getting horrendous and it keeps getting worse. And so to pick up something like this for a steal of a price, $55 million is what they paid. If you take $23 billion in assets, which is what they have, and from what I heard, custodians make roughly 20 basis points. I could be totally off. That's just what I heard. You're basically playing, 1 times revenue to get this in a space that needs smaller players. I think that's hugely underrated, and I can't wait to see what Axos does with it and if it's a fit for us and other smaller RAs.
I want to just add that I'm surprised that Morgan Stanley has such an ambivalent attitude towards independent advisors, especially when Schwab is out there with Schwab Advisor Services, not only with a product available, actually helping advisors go through that transition period and go independent. And Morgan Stanley is just sort of like, maybe my perspective is skewed with 10 years.
No, you're fine. I mean, once a wire, always
independence. But
once a wire, always a wire.
I couldn't believe it. I was surprised. The next one's fun. Charles Munger. I want to get this quote right. He went off on crypto, and he said that it is not only bad but disgusting and contrary to the interest of civilization. And Buffett was kind of like, yeah, that works. So, overrated or underrated?
All right, look, this is overrated. I mean, I respect them. They did their thing for a lot of years, and they're great investment minds. But at some point, your grandfather is not going to give you a lesson on the internet and crypto. And listen, I'm a crypto hater, but at the same time, I mean, these guys famously don't have computers, don't have phones, and they're out there trashing something that may or may not work. I don't know, but it's definitely technologically ahead of their time. So at some point, you kind of have to just shut up about these things. So, I think their rants are overrated and they fall on deaf ears.
It feels weird to have a recurring segment on a 6-minute show, but in acquisition news, Acquisition Watch. We had InvestCloud scoop up Advicent and NaviPlan. Underrated or overrated?
Overrated. I don't know the software as well as I should to comment, but I know from market share, they were declining. They don't come up in conversations when I talk to advisors, the ones are Money Guide and eMoney Advisor. But in terms of this acquisition, it's wealth tech roll up. We continue to see these firms just swallow up these individual entities. The problem is it's very hard to combine code. And I don't think it's been successfully done at all. And so some of the media I see, they're going to combine this all and go after InvestNet. Yeah, right. Good luck. InvestNet is entrenched. They have really good software, and they've shown that they're able to integrate. I don't think an InvestCloud out of the blue is going to be able to do that in due time. And now that we have a little bit more experience trying to launch our UI, combining code is one of the hardest things to do successfully. And so I think this is overrated.
Okay, last one for this show. Changes to the independent contractor rule and could threaten the advisor broker dealer model. Underrated or overrated?
I think this is underrated. I think this is going to affect a lot of people, and I think it's good. Listen, stop being cheap asses. If you have someone and you're paying them full time as a contractor, they need health insurance. They need paid time off. It's skirting the rules. And I know there's the other side of it with gig workers and all that jazz. But listen, you can't address a rule for everyone. And I think overall, being able to force these companies like wirehouse advisors, they're employees. You can't put them out there as independent contractors just because you don't want to pay certain benefits. And so, I think it's a good thing if it's executed properly. We'll see how the rules come out. But, I think this is underrated news and people should pay attention to it.
I agree. That'll do it for us.
Thank you, everyone. Tune in next time.
Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.